Bandana Blake back again. More content for the culture, and what we're reacting to right now. Dahlia Graves is another woman who is coming forward with assault allegations against Diddy, who is currently sitting in lockup awaiting trial for racketeering, transporting sex workers, and all type of craziness that he's dealing with. This woman has gone and hired famed ambulance chaser Gloria Allred, who's known for suing the shit out of celebrities and other people of notoriety. And let's check this out, see what this lady is saying and what her allegations are. But before we do, the channel is growing. We around 460 subscribers. I'm trying to break 500, but that can't happen without you. Please hit that subscribe button, help me grow so I can keep making this content and we could keep reacting to all of the madness that we seeing on the internet and whatever's going on in the culture. Without further ado, let's get into it.
The internal pain after being sexually assaulted has been incredibly deep and hard to put into words. It goes beyond just physical harm caused by and during the assault. It's a pain that reaches into your very core of who you are and leaving emotional scars that may never fully heal. Some of the hardest parts of this pain are the shame and the guilt I have experienced that plays a negative part in my day-to-day ability to function properly. Being blamed, questioned, and threatened has often made me feel worthless, isolated, and sometimes responsible for what happened to me. My family issues made the pain even worse. I was already going through a divorce at the time of the assault and did not get the support that I needed. I was also faced with disbelief and judgment. This has put a strain on my selection of men and relationships. But many relationships became aggressive and abusive, which has made me feel even more alone.
All right, so let's start with, apparently this was a married woman when all of this occurred, and she's saying that this even caused stress on her family dynamic and her family not being there for her. And damn, I wonder if this came or was the cause of her divorce or something like that, because she must have been married at a party maybe with Diddy, and then all of this happened. So let's rewind this back and let's listen to that again.
The internal pain after being sexually assaulted has been incredibly deep and hard to put into words. It goes beyond just physical harm caused by and during the assault. It's a pain that reaches into your very core of who you are and leaving emotional scars that may never fully heal. Some of the hardest parts of this pain are the shame and the guilt I have experienced that plays a negative part in my day-to-day ability to function properly. Being blamed, questioned, and threatened has often made me feel worthless, isolated, and sometimes responsible for what happened to me. My family issues made the pain even worse. I was already going through a divorce at the time of the assault and did not get the support that I needed. I was also faced with disbelief and judgment. This has put a strain on my selection of men and relationships. but many relationships became aggressive and abusive, which has made me feel even more alone in my struggles. I go through spells of being distant and withdrawn that it's sometimes so hard to leave my house. The trauma of the assault has taken a toll on my mental health. I've had PTSD, depression, and anxiety. I'm emotionally scarred. It has been hard for me to trust others, to form healthy relationships, or even feel safe in my own skin. Flashbacks, nightmares, and intrusive thoughts make me feel like it's a constant struggle. I also suffer with physical problems such as chronic pain, sexual discomfort. The violation I have experienced during the assault has had lasting effects on my body, causing ongoing health problems and complications. The combination of physical and emotional pain has created a cycle of suffering from which it is so hard to break free. I want to continue on this journey towards recovery and healing. I'm glad that he is locked up, but that's a temporary feeling of relief.
Dahlia is not going to be taking any questions.
So, man, she talked about the toll of the trauma, of being PTSD, her feeling unsafe when she's outdoors. And this is something that she said Diddy and his head of security did to her in 2001. And she says that she was given a drink that was likely laced with a drug that caused her to lose consciousness. She awoke and found herself bound and restrained. In 2023, she found out that the alleged rape was recorded by Diddy, and it was shown to multiple men to humiliate her and her boyfriend at the time, who was Diddy's employee back then. So this is deep, right? So this is really, really deep, because from her statement here, she doesn't really give that much details, but this is from what I'm reading is from the complaint that she filed. So it goes along with some of the allegations that we saw in the indictment, right? About him giving out drinks to women and them not knowing that it was laced. She's saying that she lost consciousness and found herself raped by Diddy and his head of security, right? So this is really disgusting, really disturbing, and that he did it, and he did it in a sense to humiliate her and her boyfriend, who was working for Diddy. So it lets you know the atmosphere that was going on there, where it's like, yo, man, what I got your girl on tape and exposing that and all of this, and then now you have to wonder, like, with everything that she's saying, did she speak to the grand jury? Is she going to be one of the people testifying against him as well? These things you must ask. And then also it makes you wonder as well, like, Diddy was on some Cosby shit? Like, he was really just out here drugging random women and having his way with them? Like, some of these things that we continue to hear on a daily basis is really despicable, and it's like, it makes you just wonder, like, what's this dude was on? Like, what kind of power trip was he on? Like, again, this is all alleged. She's not making any, at least right here, we don't know if she's making any like police reports or anything like that. When the trial comes out, we'll see if she's one of the witnesses that's named. They asked the attorney Gloria Allred if she's one of the people who spoke to the grand jury, and they refused to acknowledge, or they refused to confirm or deny. Right, so that's neither here nor there. And then with everything that we saw in that video with Cassie, there's nothing that you can say where it's like people like, oh, they just trying to take Diddy down, or they just trying to pile on. He has zero credibility right now. And we're about to watch in real time how a billionaire could burn through all his money. Because if you adding up, he's already dropped like 30 to Cassie. However much Little Rod is going for. However much this lady goes for. Bill Cosby was up to like 60 something accusers. So imagine if everybody's able to get a piece of the pie. That's going to break down real soon between that and lawyer fees and everything with the trial that he's fighting right now. We might see Diddy with a public defender by the end of all of this. Like, it's really going to be hard for him to continue to stay afloat at the path that this is going down. Like, this is really getting insane, and it's only going to continue to get worse. More people are going to come forward, that you can guarantee, bro. Like, it's good that this culture of sexual perversion is being exposed and it's coming to an end, but at the same time, it's like, it just makes you wonder how many people have been compromised that's currently running around on our radio and getting all of this notoriety that's been placed in front of us because these people were willing to compromise their morals and values and their integrity to get on. This woman here, she was married at the time. She said she was going through the divorce, but it's like, was he just doing this to random women like that? After all these years, all of this was happening and nobody believed, we always heard Diddy was like weird and strange and shit like that, but not to the degree as like some Bill Cosby type shit, because that's what this really is looking like now. This is really turning into some Bill Cosby part 2 type thing. Diddy, man, this nigga's fried, yo. He's cooked. If you think different, get in the comments and let me know why you think this guy's gonna be making out on the other side of this fully intact. But if things look the way they look and play out the way they look, he's done. What y'all thoughts is, man? It's food for thought. Y'all do the dishes. I'm disgusted. I'm going.